Psalm 104, we're talking about the nourishment for all creatures. And it going through the creation, it tells how God sends forth springs into the valley.
Yes, yes, yes.
Which runs among the hills.
Yes.
You ever seen something? I came through Alabama, and you know, they had that cool wind. I don't care how hot it was. It was a fog at night. You could hardly see anything.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, darkness that went to sleep on the side of the road tonight. And fog will flee your way. So I understood what he was talking about. Now the word defined in Webster says nourish means to feed.
All right, all right.
To supply.
All right.
With nutrition.
Yes.
A nutrition is meant to encourage and to foster. Also means to nourish. But nourishment is an act of nourishing.
Yes.
Or nutrition or feeding or giving the nutrients that's needed to make the body go.
Amen.
So we see these are the things, and since God is nurturing every creature
All right now.
to whatever pattern it is that is done in this world,
Yes.
we find out that God is moving by his power.
Yes, he is.
And he says in the 11th verse, and they give drink to every beast of the field.
All right, all right.
The Lord makes sure that it's there, and the wild asses quench their thirst.
Yes, yes.
I'm talking about we can even hear the fowls of the heavens, even in the branches. We hear them whistling. How they and in Matthew it talks about how they toil.
Yes, yes.
But yet every morning they're fed.
Yes.
They don't even toil. They don't sow. But God makes sure they're eating. In the 13th it said, He watered the hills from his chambers, and the earth is satisfied with the fruits of thine works.
Yes, yes.
In other words, from God's chamber, he let forth the floods from heaven. And let it flood and satisfy that the field, the fruits and the vegetables and everything is making sure that they are fruits for the works of his hand.
Yes, yes.
It said he causes the grass to grow
All right now.
for the cattle,
Yes.
the herb for the service of men, that he may bring forth food out of the earth.
Yes. All right now.
Then it's talking about, and the wine that maketh glad the heart of men, the oil to make his face shine,
Yes.
and the bread which strengthen his man's heart.
All right, all right.
Praise the Lord. It's talking about the trees of the Lord are full of sap, and cedar of Lebanon which he hath planted.
Yeah.
And here it is talking about how God nourished all these things are kept in a perfect balance.
Yeah, yeah.
And you understand how things are kept in perfect balance.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we live in a time where men disrupt balance.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
We cut down trees.
Mm-hmm.
We rip through rainforests.
Yeah.
We take forth substance.
All right.
We say that's, you know, we selling a species stamp.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a tiger species stamp that's supposed to save the species.
Yeah.
We get things to a certain existence, and then we almost put their lights out.
Yeah.
And then we be trying, oh, we got to save the species.
Yes.
Wouldn't have to save it if we wouldn't have been killing them.
That's right.
And then the other ones that we need to be killing, we don't let them go by.
Yes.
Can't hardly go down nowhere without you seeing the alligator in Florida.
All right.
Well, there was somewhere an alligator was moving through the water. I said, somebody, but they got a law now. You can't kill him unless he's over 6 feet.
Oh.
I said, by the time he got that big, he eating everything.
Yeah.
So we see these things are laws that are set forth, but even with God had this already set in the plan.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And we look at the world and as it is, and things that are happening even in our own cosmos,
Yes.
or in our own universe, as they say, the Milky Way.
Yes.
Yeah, this is one universe, or whatever how they want to put it. How things are set in order and done by a divine nature of God.
Yes. Yes.
Things we wonder about all these things, you know, these meteors flying from one planet, hitting this planet, and all these things, how they say that, well, Pluto ain't a planet now. And now they kind of going back on that, and they going to say, well, wait a minute, Pluto might have had life now. And they don't know, so now they don't know which to do, go forward or go backward. But I'm saying this is all in the plan of God.
Yes, yes.
And we look at how God nourishes every creature. And I thought about that when God sent these 3 million folk out of Egypt. And he didn't send them nowhere where they were starved. But he said he was sending them to a place in Psalms, in Exodus 33:3 said, a land that flows with milk and honey. Now you can't hardly go too bad with that now. They're flowing with milk and honey. That means everything there is ripe. Everything there is good. Everything there is nourishment and nutrition. So that's the Spirit of God saying, I'm sending you to a place that is better for where you at than the leeks and the garlics by the flesh pots. You know, the wheat and say the chaff, you know, that whatever the Egyptians would leave behind, that's what you was getting. But no, he said, I'm going to send you a place where there's plenty. That's what milk and honey stand for. It's a land of plenty. So we also looking at in 1 Corinthians how we go into spiritually in the fact that God promised to make Israel, that send them to a place where there will flow milk and honey. There will be nourishment. There will be somewhere that have a supply that they can be satisfied. A place, and all he wanted them to do was follow his commandments and be a model nation. It's in the same way is what when God does, when Jesus shed his blood on the cross, he just asking us to show forth the light that's in us through him that have saved us. For we read in Corinthians 3:2, and we find out that Paul said that he couldn't feed the Corinthians what he wanted to because they were still sucking on milk.
All right now.
Somebody better help me here. It said, I have fed you with milk and not with meat, for hitherto you were not able to bear it, neither yet now are you able. Now that's something to say. Now I done gave you nourishment, I done gave you everything you need, but I couldn't give you meat yet. That's why I'm still giving you meat. I'm still giving you milk because you can't take meat yet. You know, in other words, said it was so many problems in Corinthians. He said, I'm trying to give you the nourishment and supply that you need that will foster or encourage you to get growth and strength and power in God, but I can't give it to you because you can't take it yet.